Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I finished recording, I rested until 3:30, and then I went back on. I worked to complete pages 2 and 3, but I couldn't get page 1 done in time, so instead I worked on the drafts for pages 4 and 5, and then I completed one audio file, and I got off at 6. I went straight to bed. I woke up at 9:30. I tried to get up at 10 since it was only like a half an hour away, but by the time I opened my eyes again, it was 11:30. So I missed all of 10 o'clock and the first half an hour of 11. So I went back on. I finished sketching the last draft for the set of 3, and then I ended up scanning and converting that. I edited the audio, finished and scanned page 5's line art at 1:34. Page 6's line art at 1:45, and page 4's line art at 2 a.m. I finished the last audio file at the same time, and once I was finished setting up the pages, it was about 3, so I got off and went to sleep. But when I went to bed, I asked Monica when she wanted to get up to go to her appointment, but she didn't really have a set time. So I was like, forget it, I don't want to deal with it. So I went straight to sleep. She seemed to wake up at 5:30. All I know is that I thought it was 6 when she woke up. By the time that I went on the laptop to compress my video, I realized it just barely turned 6 when I was finished setting it up. So I left that running in the bedroom, and when I went to the living room, I set Precure to load. So we watched that while we were eating breakfast. And we finished eating at about like 6:30. She didn't need to leave yet. She was planning on leaving at 7. So I let her color, and I finished one page while we were watching the butt end of Precure. The whole episode is about Haruka's mother being a mangaka, and with her wanting to draw the genres that she liked instead of what the magazine told her she needed to draw. I don't know. I wasn't that into it. So Monica didn't get very far into the page she was doing, and while she was working on that, I finished and completed page 1, and I put text on pages 1, 2, and 3, and I loaded them around the time that she had left. So I got off at like 8:19. I worked on my video over here because by that point it was I think it was either finished converting or was in the middle of converting. So I compressed it. And while that was happening, I ended up brainstorming through the volume 6 extras. I have a lot of 4-panel comics. I don't know if I should feature all of them or if I should try to like come up with other things besides these, but these are some of the ones that came into mind. The only ones that I have ready are the ones of where Warren speaks to Loris for the first time. So I have to print those out so I can work on them. So yeah, Monica got done with her appointment at 9, so I asked her to get some bread on the way home, and she got more bread than I wanted her to. I went back on at 10 a little while before she got back. When she got home, we ate lunch and watched some YouTube videos. I tried to load the video. The first time I loaded it, it told me I couldn't share it because it was privated. And I was confused because I didn't set the video to private. So I went to the YouTube studio to fix it, and it told me that it was already public, but it still wouldn't let me share it. So I tried to post it to Twitter anyway, and it didn't show up on my YouTube channel. So I went and I tried to delete it and load it again, but it got stuck at 95%, and it was stuck like that permanently. So I'm thinking I'm gonna probably have to convert it to an AVE and see if that goes better, because like it can load AVEs faster than it can load MP. Oh, what is it? Not MP. It's WMM. Is that what it is? Oh, I don't remember. I know what WMM. I don't remember the file that was specifically for. I keep wanting to say MP4, but I don't think that's the type of file that it is. It's escaping me right now already. So yeah. So I got frustrated and I got off because I was trying to get off before 12. I wanted to take a break at 11:30, but I realized I hadn't loaded the video yet. So I tried to do that, failed, got off at 12 something. So now it's 12. I need to get back to work on the pages. Between, I'm gonna say like 1 and 2. and it upsets me to be this late and not have anything done. If it's not done by 4, I'm gonna have to switch motives and move on from this set of pages to the next 3. I know I have certain pages already completed for the time that I was working while we were reading stories. So I'm not sure if that'll help me get done faster. It really just depends. All I know is that I got through the hard part of this one segment. So that's as much as I know. I'm tired right now. Monica's on the computer messing with stuff for her appointment. So I'm waiting for her to come back. I don't think she will though. I'm gonna rest my head for a bit, and maybe I might work on updating one of my planners, because I have this one little planner that's really behind right now because I haven't updated it at all. So I might as well work on that. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I finished recording audio, I rested until 2. I logged back in at 2:20. I loaded my video. I work on the pages until 4:30, and I only managed to complete 1. It makes me so upset. So by that point, I had to start working on pages 7, 8, and 9. Page 9 was already done because I had sketched it out a few days ago. So all I had left to do was 7 and 8. So during my break, I caught up with my journals and planners. I rested until 7, and then I went back to work on the pages. And then I got tired at 8:30. I only managed to line art a little bit of the 3 pages. I was hoping after I went to sleep to wake up sometime around 12 or 1. I woke up at 12:20, and then I was like, okay, well, I have a half an hour until 1 o'clock. I'll wait until 1. But by the time I looked again, it was 1:30. So I had to jump up and resume work on the pages. So it became very clear to me, as it was taking forever to finish line arting through the pages, that I was going to be awake until we had to go do laundry, which was so frustrating. So I completed and scanned page 8's liner at 2:18, page 7's liner at 3:02, and then page 9's liner at 3:46. And so I assembled them, and I managed to complete I think it was page 9. I managed to complete assembling that one, but I couldn't finish assembling the other 2 before 4:30. So I kicked Monica out of bed at 4:30. Took her sweet time getting out of bed. I gave her some bread. Started packing for the laundromat. I decided, since so far nothing seems to be working out as far as staying on time with the pages, I decided, instead of bringing the script with me, I ended up bringing the next chapter, and I started sketching through all the easy pictures. So far, none of the individual pages are perfectly completed. I feel like I have one that's almost, but I think the second to the last panel, I didn't bother finishing it, so it still needs to be done. I don't know when I'm gonna have another chance to start working on it again. Other than that, we got done at the laundromat at about 6 something. All I know is I remember getting home at about 6:40. We had barely dodged all the students going to school. So Monica decided to hold off on hanging up the laundry to just make breakfast, because she was mostly hungry than worried about the laundry. I went straight to working on assembling the pages, and as soon as I was done with them, I passed them off to her. I finished working on coloring the last 2 pages of 4, 5, and 6. I stopped to eat breakfast. We watched a lot of YouTube. We split up sometime around 7. I didn't really catch when. It was between 7:20 and 7:30. Monica went to work on pages 7, 8, and 9. And then I completed, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was either page 4 or 5. I think I ended up completing both of them. And I got tired and I got off at 9. So I'm hoping to go back on sometime around 10. Right now it is Oh, it's almost 10. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little bit into 10. Well, this is what I need to do with it. All I need to do is add the sound effects because all these trees are falling. And then I need to add the text, actual speaking text to it. I'm worried that I'm not going to get done with pages 7, 8, and 9 before 12. And that usually determines to me how soon I finish, which is bad. When I was at the laundromat, I did bring page 11 with me because that was the one page I hadn't printed out yet because I hadn't had a chance to think about the room that Agnes was in. It was the establishing shot. So I ended up bringing that with me, so that's ready. Except for the first panel, which is the scene of Marie, and I needed some inspiration for that. So I'm gonna go look around at the internet for a little bit. I'm thinking about doing something that makes her look creepy. That's all I can think of. I'm so nervous about not being able to get done on time and having this nonsense continue on into the next chapter. And if this keeps up, I will not be able to work on chapter 66, and I absolutely need that script done before the end of the month. If I don't get it, I'm gonna have to like cancel it because like I never got a chance to make the chapter. I would have completely run out of scripts. So it should be a fairly short chapter. It should be mostly just Fauna and Clotilda and Flora against each other. So I need some time to sit down and work on that. I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to do it. And it makes me so mad because like usually when I get a moment alone, I am way too tired to do something else. I'm like extremely burned out. So I need to think like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get this done when I'm also doing other things? It's just, I can't remember how I used to balance this in the past. I think I used to at least take hours breaks or a half an hour break or something and then just jump to something else. I don't know. Like, for example, I could work on the script right now, but I'm actually quite tired. I've been awake since 1:30, and I don't know how much juice I have until I crash. Because, like, I think I'm just riding the high of the green tea, and that's keeping me awake right now, but I really don't know. I don't feel like I got very much sleep, honestly. So, yeah. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I don't know what else I could do to speed up the process. I'm hoping that because chapter 63 is a simpler chapter, there's no combat, I won't have to struggle to think of fighting poses, and I won't have to fuss with doing too many extra graphics. And the worst extra graphic I'll have to worry about is the Hurricane Brigade badge on Flora's chest, and I think that'll be virtually it. Other than that, I have no idea. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else that's bugging me? So like I said, I got off at 9, and at 9:30 we took a shower. It's actually technically at 9:40 because like I was too busy jotting stuff down. So she's still in the shower. I assume that after she's done, we're gonna eat lunch. So I'm just gonna wait for that. Other than that, yeah, I figure I'll go on around like 10 to 10:30. It should already be 10 by now, though. Is there anything else going on? Tomorrow is our apartment renewal. I am like both looking forward to and not looking forward to that. I always not look forward to it because I just get nervous that something's gonna come up. Like it's I don't know if they're gonna change the rules around because like it's their right to do that if they want to, which is why I get nervous. So other than that, I'm just trying not to be worried about it. Is there anything else? And then after that is Monica's appointment, or is my appointment coming up? Cause I can't remember which one comes first. Like I have an appointment on the 10th, so I don't. It's an interview, so I don't know if that's coming up first or not. And like I'm annoyed because like I've never done an interview with out my headphones. It's supposed to be over the phone, and like I've always used my headphones. I used to have this really simple pair of headphones. And like all the headphones we have now have these little microphone jacks on them. And that kind of prevents the phone from being able to pick up the audio. At least as far as I've seen with the phones. Whenever I've used these headphones with the audio jack, it prevents my voice from coming through for some reason. So I'm worried that I'm gonna mess up while I'm trying to listen to this person. But I really would rather have the I really would rather have the headphones on so I can make out what they're saying. I don't know. I'm trying not to worry about it. It makes me want to buy like a cheap pair of headphones just specifically for this. My last cheap pair of headphones, I just threw it away because they were making this fuzzy, shrieky sound. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I went back on a little bit before 10:30. I finished loading the pages at about 11:50, right as Monica passed me pages 7, 8, and 9. So I took a break at 12, and I was trying to decide if I felt sleepy enough to take a nap. Instead, I ended up brainstorming through the events, going all the way up until chapter 73, and I tried to write the scene where Murray finds Pasha, but I got a little stuck. Monica stopped to make lunch at like 12:11. We ate, and then she left to turn in our library books. She brought home another book about like 2. I went on at 1. I completed 1 page, and then I worked on the other 2 pages until 3:30. After that, we crashed until 5:30. I went back on to work on the drafts for pages 10, 11. I scanned them at 6:16. I printed them out again at 6:30. I finished page 12's line art at 7 p.m. and then page 11's line art at 7:30, and then I got tired and got off. I got up at exactly midnight, and then I resumed work on page 10's line art, and after that I assembled and passed the pages off to Monica at 1:32, and then I went back to work on the last 3 pages. I completed page 9's artwork, and then I got off at 2:30. So I was hoping to do page 7 in the morning. I had most of the shading done, but I hadn't positioned all the birds yet. So I woke up at 5:40, and I checked my phone only to find all these people talking about the Pokemon Direct live stream. It was happening at 6. So I jumped up to set up the computer to play the live stream, and we watched it. It wasn't very long. I was actually really disappointed. I was expecting it to be much longer. So this is my opinion of it so far. The characters look fine. I'm on the fence with the champion and the rival. The champion looks a little pretentious. The rival, I don't know. On the other end of the stick, I'm surprised and yet not surprised that the new professor is a woman. I'm surprised they went with an older woman this time. I'm curious to know about her. I believe she's either her niece or her granddaughter. I can't remember. I think it was her granddaughter. But the girl who's helping her out, to me, left me wondering how old she's supposed to be, because like usually the assistant in the story usually ends up being typically around the same age as the main character. So I assumed initially that she would be approximately his or her age. It left me really interested in her and how they're planning on using her. I assume she's going to be one of the rivals, because like they described the other boy as being one of your rivals, so I assume there's going to be multiple rivals in the story. As for the gimmick this gen, I'm not really sure if I'm behind Dynamax. I feel like it feels so unnecessary, but I know every single generation needs its own gimmick, and I don't know if I can appreciate it. I mean, it definitely feels like something little kids would like, but a lot of other people who are older just feel like it's a little much. I remember reading that in the live stream chat. Some people were like, I don't know about this. As for the few Pokemon they ended up teasing, I'm down for the sheep. The crow is okay. Everything else I was like, especially the plant Pokemon. I was like, fuck that. So yeah. So we ate breakfast after we watched the live stream. We ended up watching a bunch of ASMR cooking channels. I've subscribed to like a couple of them now. My favorite is the Korean one. It had a huge backlog of videos. Most of the Japanese ones are still pretty new. They've only been around for a year. So yeah, we ended up splitting up sometime between 7 and 8. I didn't really notice. And then I worked on the artwork as well as the text. And right when I was applying text to the very last page and I was about to load it, Monica passed me back the pages. And I was like, oh God, I was hoping I'd get a break so I could actually write, but I didn't get a chance at all. So yeah, we got tired and we ended up getting off at about 9. And we read the book that Monica brought home yesterday. So what I can say about this is that I feel like it unwinds like a movie, and not in a good way. The way the information is given, I feel like we're not following the right characters, and that's what makes it feel more like a movie. Whereas a book would only follow the most important characters, and I feel like, in my personal opinion, a book should only follow the most important character. And it's not a fun read so far. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there were occasional moments where I drifted off and I wasn't listening. I don't want to finish it, but she is interested in continuing until it offends her. So yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take for it to offend her. Okay, so while Monica was reading, I ended up drawing through chapter 63 again. I got a bunch of pages finished, but the first 3 are still not quite ready yet, which is technically not good. I separated pages 1, 2, and 3 so I could work on them later. We stopped at 10 and ate lunch, and we were hurrying to eat because at 11 we had to go to our appointment. And we finished eating sometime around 11:40, so we had like about 10 minutes to get down there. But while we were there, Becky had to take care of some extra business with this I think she was an administrator from the school. Because our apartment complex is right next to the school, they work with us directly. At least they work with our administration directly. So this woman, I believe she was a teacher, came in with 2 boys, and she was trying to hold them there in the front office so that either the mother or the father can take care of them, because they were trying to leave. Apparently they keep trying to run away from the school. So I believe that was their father that came to get them, or he could have been that teacher. I don't know. All I know is that the school wanted the parents to help deal with it. So she had to deal with that in between helping us out with our renewal. And we got done sometime around, what was it? It was like 11:30. So the last thing we did before we left her was that we put in a work order for the tub, because some hair got in it, and we were having trouble draining the tub. So once we got home, Monica left for Vaughn's, and then right after she left, the maintenance guy showed up to take care of the tub. So he came around like 11:57, and he left at 12:03, and then Monica got back like a half an hour later. So we spent the whole entire time watching YouTube videos while I was coloring. The good news is pages 10, 11, and 12 are perfectly shaded. I just need to do the backgrounds, and I think I can get certain ones done faster than other ones. So I'm like, I need to mess with that. I feel like I didn't do the shading for the background for Agnes's scenes correctly. I need to go back and fix them. I know that LaBelle's final scene with Marie is going to take a while, because it takes a while to position all those birds. It's so frustrating. So I'm probably going to end up doing that last. I don't know. Most likely, yes. But my goal is to try to get done, if not before 4, but to get done in the middle of the night. I don't know how fast it's going to take me to draw all the way through pages 1, 2, and 3. I can sort of see getting stuck on it. I don't want to, though. I would have to give Monica all 3 pages if I can't get pages 10, 11, and 12 done before tomorrow. So, I worked up until 1:37, and I got tired and I got off. So now I'm recording. I'm tired. I have things I need to do, but I'm just too tired to do them. I'm exhausted. I don't know what else there is to say. Senko-san came out. One Punch Man is delayed. We haven't watched Senko-san. We're holding on for tomorrow. Oh man, is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. Yeah, alright then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. After I record audio, I crashed. I woke up to the phone ringing at about like 3:30. It was the reminder for Monica's appointment tomorrow. After that, we did a little light cleaning around the kitchen and the computer area since they're right next to each other. I went back on at 4 p.m. I completed page 10 at 5 p.m. At least the artwork for it. And then I switched back over to working on the next 3 pages for the next chapter. I printed them out at 5:55. I got off at 6. Tried to sleep. I laid around until 9. I went back on. I made more tea. I proofread the next chapter that was going up. And then I realized the tag on my tea bag was burning on the stove, and that I had to change burners. And somehow I managed to resolve that without setting off the fire alarm. Finished and scanned page 3's line art at 9:39. I don't know when I finished page 2. I forgot to write it down, but page 1, I finished the line art for that and scanned it at 10:16, and then I worked on the birds at 10:24. I assembled and passed page 1 and the birds off to Monica at 11 p.m. I had wanted to go back to working on pages 11 and 12, but I got way too tired, so I went back to sleep. I woke up at 3. I got up at 3:30. I finished them, texted them, and loaded them at 4:44, and then I printed out all the drafts for chapter 65, and then I scanned the finished pages for at least all the finished pages up to I think like page 6 of this chapter that we're starting. So the only one I didn't do was, I think it was either page 4 or 5. I don't remember. Because it needed me to draw some stuff in a specific page, and I hadn't done it yet. So I kicked Monica out of bed at 5:20 because she said she wanted to wake up early to do some things before she had to go to her appointment at 8:30. So I kicked her out of bed. I started coloring pages 2 and 3. I stopped to eat breakfast, and we watched Senko-san. This episode, she learned how to make a specific French cheese dish, and then she cut his hair, and that was pretty much the whole plot. And like, even though I'm not a big fan of the mangaka girl they have in the story, when Shiro gave her instant ramen with sugar in it, it actually insulted me. It's like, you don't know how hard an artist has to work. She did not deserve that. She deserves so much better than that. Shiro's an idiot. Okay, so we split up at 6:30. I stopped coloring to print out all the scans I did of the pages that were ready. I printed them out in pink because like my red doesn't look like red anymore. My blue doesn't look like blue anymore. So yeah. I finished, while we were watching Senko, I ended up finishing that one page that I hadn't scanned yet. And then I had to go back and take a page that I did scan and fix one of the panels because it wasn't finished. I didn't even realize it. So yeah, that got done. So I got tired and crashed at 7. I woke up to Monica leaving for her appointment at 8. And then while she was gone, I ended up brainstorming with the recording app on my phone what I wanted to have happen in the battle between Fauna Flora and Clotilda. And I have generally a conversation that's going on with it. I tried using the flag ability on the app, and I'm not really sure how it's going to affect it. But like, I need to take down notes of the things that I thought of while I was talking. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should do that right now or not. That's jumping ahead though. Okay, so I went back on at 9. I finished coloring page 3. I think that was a page I hadn't done yet. Or was it page 2? And then Monica got back at 9:30. So we stopped at about like 10:30 something to eat, and we're watching stuff on YouTube, and we ended up finding this girl, this Chinese girl, videos of this Chinese girl as she is doing perfectly normal things in her like rural town. Like the first thing we found, she was making furniture out of bamboo, and then one of the other ones that I had seen earlier was her spinning wool and making herself a coat, basically, or a shawl of some kind. and that was cool. So we watched that for a little bit. The whole time I was watching her, I kept wondering who was filming her, because like they did such a good job with the A roll and the B roll, and it's just it left me feeling like, oh, I wonder if she was selected, or if this person is a member of her family or something. I don't know. That would make sense though. So yeah. Or she's filming it herself, which I find a little far-fetched. So yeah. So I got tired and I got off at 11. By that point, I had completed all the shading for everything on all 3 pages except for Fauna and Flora's hair on page 1. I need to do the backgrounds for each and every single page. So I want to go back on at 12. That means I'm only going to let it rest for an hour, which makes me feel a little iffy. I feel like 12:30 is probably a better option instead of 12. I don't know. All I know is that Monica left for Walmart just now. So I'm recording. I need a rest. I feel really groggy. I woke up at freaking 3. And I only got like an hour's of sleep when I stopped earlier. But I still feel like I need to think about the things I want to bring up in the story. I have a much clearer idea of what I want to do with the situation with Fauna, Flora, and Cotilda. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm still a little unsure of how to put Byron in it, because it's important that Byron is in it. So yeah, alrighty then. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I need this chapter done. I need this chapter done in 10 days. That's how much pressure is on me to finish this chapter. So I'm determined to get pages 1, 2, and 3 loaded today, and to also start pages 4, 5, and 6 later today too. I don't know if Monica wants to keep reading that book she brought, but if she does, I want to take that time while she's reading to line art. But just right now, I'm just so tired. Ugh. But yeah, I feel like I'm making pretty decent time with finishing the pages. I need to get those pages up before the end of the day. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. After I recorded audio, I slept until 12, and then I woke up to Monica texting me from Walmart. I went back on shortly after, and then Monica got back. I'm going to take a half an hour or so after she had texted me. I completed the artwork for pages 2 and 3 at 1:12 p.m. I worked until 2 p.m. on page 1, and then I took a break. I completed the line art for page 6 at 3:12, and I had that scanned, and I rested until 4, went back on, finished, and loaded all the pages by 5. I was so happy. So I went to bed at 6. I tried to wake up at 10. Instead, I woke up at 9. I woke up to the Disneyland fireworks. I got up to finish line arting. I scanned page 5 at 10:11, and then page 4 at 10:33. I assembled and passed the pages off to Monica at 11:33, and then I went back to bed. I thought, okay, if I get up early, I will work on the script. But I woke up at 3, and I did not have the energy to get out of bed. So I didn't get up until it was the usual 5, 6 o'clock. So I kicked Monica out of bed at 6. I went on to load Carol on Tuesday. And then I started work on the script for chapter 66. I was grooming through the remaining scene that I cut from the 65. So Monica pointed out to me that we needed to get water today. After we ate breakfast and watched Carol on Tuesday, we left for Northgate to get water. I just want to say, Carol and Tuesday, I heard that there was a very catchy song in this one. All 4 songs that were showcased in this episode were all very interesting. I actually really liked the first woman's. And then I feel like Sibel's was decent, but it was creepy. The whole episode positioned Sibel as being a really creepy character. Initially, I thought that would be like some type of connection between Sibel and Tao. I kind of still suspect that there might be, but at the same time, I don't know. So the
The song I think everybody was freaking out about was the vulgar song with all the cursing in it. And I don't blame them. I'm sure that was very relatable. As soon as that song came on, Monica was like, this is going to become a meme. I don't know. I'm not sure about that because like these anime companies just, they flag these videos so easily. So I can see it getting flagged like a moment that it tries to go off on its own and draw out the web. So yeah. So other than that, Angela's song is good. It's a really good song. It's supposed to be a very good pop song. And yeah, that was virtually it. I don't know how to feel about Sabella and Tuesday. I feel like that was unnecessary. I wish that they hadn't gone there. And I felt so bad for Tuesday because she's never been in a position of being sexually harassed by another person before. And like, it's something that I feel like most girls can attest to. It's not fun. I don't even want to think about it. Oh god. Okay, so I'm a little worried that they're trying to ship. I'm worried they're trying to ship Dahlia and the manager. What's the manager's name? I don't remember. I want to say Carl, but I don't think that's what his name was. I already forgot. But yeah, I'm so lukewarm about where this is going now. Alrighty then, so we hit Northgate, and on the way there we saw a sign on the old Anna's Linens building. So that signaled to us that somebody finally finalized a leasing agreement for that building, and we looked at it and it said Kids Empire. So apparently Kids Empire is an indoor playground. I don't know how well that's gonna do here. I assume it might do fairly well. I can't imagine having to pay for a kid to get in there unless it's a free thing, which I don't think so. So yeah, apparently they have another one of them somewhere else locally to the Orange County area. I've never heard of it, so I don't know how long it's gonna take them to build it. I figure it's gonna be around by, I'm gonna say maybe by the end of this year or maybe the beginning of next year, because it takes a while. Other than that, seeing it caused me to go looking at the leasing map, and much to my surprise, the clothing store next to Target has been switched to Potential, which surprised me because before it seemed like they were really planning on getting rid of it. The what was it called? The gym that recently moved out is on lease pending also, which surprised me. I don't know what else that can turn into, because it's in the back of the plaza, and it's gonna not get as much. It's not gonna get as much foot traffic where it is. And then what really surprised me is that the old Payless building got divided in half, and that small fraction is now pending. I'm so surprised. I wonder what they're going to do with the other half. If it's going to get sucked into the remaining of the Fallas Predators building or not. As for Dunkin' Donuts, it's still coming soon. It's been coming soon since 2017. I don't remember when we first lost the Opus Bank, because that's what that spot is, the Opus Bank. And they moved to Broadway. So, yeah. It's been like that for 2 years now. I don't think we're ever going to see that fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, so we went to Northgate. I tried to convince Monica to go get watermelon because she's been wanting to get watermelon since last month. But when she actually looked at the watermelon at Northgate, she didn't like the quality. It looked more orange than pink. So she passed on it. We ended up coming home. Oh yeah, as we were passing through, we ended up picking up all these bottles from the area. Yesterday was the very last day of school, and the school that we had to pass through to get there, it had a big party, so we picked up as many bottles as we could from that. So I need to put those in the bag. I haven't touched them yet. But yeah, we got home at about 8:20, I believe it was, and Monica went straight to coloring, and then I went to go work on brainstorming what to do with chapter 66 because I'm stuck. And so what I did was I approached the scene, removing the existence of the other characters in the scene, and just went through each character's reaction to just what Clotilda is doing. So I made a whole scene for Flora without Fauna and Byron. I made a whole scene for Byron without Flora and Fauna, and then I made a whole scene for Fauna without Byron and Flora, and I got different reactions. But except for I feel like Flora and Fauna had a very similar argument. So I don't know. I feel like that virtually felt the same. Is there anything else? I got done at 9, so all I have are these points I need to organize, and that I can go forward with a script. I don't know if my pages will unalign at any point. I hope not. I hope I can get this ready before the middle of the month, because like I think the 18th is when we start work on this, so I have 10 days to perfect this chapter and this chapter by itself, and then I have 2 weeks to churn out another 5 chapters for the next month. That's not good. Okay, so think. Where do we leave off? So I told Monica that it was 9. I asked her if she wanted to take a shower early, because like we were saying earlier that we both felt like our hair was greasy, and we didn't want to have to wait until Saturday to wash it. So she stopped coloring. She's already done with 2 pages. So later I need to take those 2 pages and work on them. I'm already done showering. I already got out of the shower right now, so she's showering. I need to work on those 2 pages. I'm trying to decide when I want to do it. If I want to do it right now, if I want to wait around a little bit, try to wait until it's 10 exactly. I feel like I should just get on and start working on it, or if I should just, I think I should get on and start working on it. I don't want to fall behind with pages, and if I get to work on them as early as possible, I need to be at the background point, working on the backgrounds by 1 o'clock at worst. So yeah. And these pages are not super complex. I don't know which one she's done. I think she probably just did the easy ones. I think the first one, page 4, is probably the hardest of the 3. And then I also need to make some time to work on line art in the next set of them. Those are already printed out. I have them here already, I think. Didn't I bring them over here? No, I think they're still over there. I need to bring them over here. I brought them over here because like I expected to read. We didn't read yesterday, but I did line art though. So I need to do that too. What else is there? I also need to finish drafting through the last 3 pages. I haven't done that yet. I need to get through that also, so I don't end up like falling behind at that point. What else is there? I also need to take out some time to draft through the complete and total next chapter. Haven't done that either. I'm so annoyed. But yeah, 64 is coming after this. Is there anything else? I think this is like the 5th recording, or I know I don't have to work on the video until like a little while later. So I think it may be tomorrow or the day after. I'm thinking that when I have to compress this, that'll probably be the one and only moment I'll be able to type everything out that I need to type out for the script. So yeah, I gotta do that. I did try to type out the scene with Pasha and Marie that I was working on, but I couldn't remember everything off the top of my head, so I need to go back and look for the actual small segment where I wrote that down and like try to like transcribe it to the scene. But I was thinking that I wanted Pasha to have a much longer monologue, so I need to think more about what I want him to think about. I don't know if I want the scene to start out with him or the scene to end with him, but I think it would be better if the scene ends with him. So yeah. I also need to figure out if I want to keep the scene with Loris and Agnes in the spot where I originally put it. And if I leave it there, then I don't know, I kind of feel like I should bump it up. Because like she just, in chapter 62, I think at the end of 62, she gets his message. So I think if he contacts her between 66 and 67, that should be enough time. Because like I was trying to space out all their interactions with 2 to 3 chapters from each other. And then they get together by volume 8, I believe. Sometime during volume 8 they get together. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I finished recording, I went back to work on pages 4, 5, and 6 at 10, stopped to eat lunch, finished the art for page 6. I needed to do the background for page 5 around that point, and then Monica passed me page 4 at 11:40. We both got tired and got off at 11:50. Monica left to go drop off that book that she didn't want to finish reading at the library. I asked her to put
the random $8 of our stash into her account. And then I also asked her to bring back another book, but she didn't want to have to fuss with it. So yeah. So I crashed until 12:30. I woke up to, we had this one decor sign up above the bookshelf we bought. It finally fell down. The command hook that was holding it up couldn't hold it up any longer. So I went and picked it up off the floor. I went back on at 1. I completed the art at 2:30. Monica came home, and then she left for Walgreens at 2 to give them her the order form for her prescription or something like that. I don't know. So I rested until 2:33, I believe. I line arted pages 7, 8, and 9. I was just randomly line arting throughout the time until like 3:30. I rested until 4, and then I finished working on pages 4, 5, and 6. I loaded them at 5, and then I got off immediately. I went to bed at 6, but I couldn't sleep, so I went back on at around about 8. I completed and scanned one of the pages at 8:30 and the other page at like 8:51. Monica got up and joined me. We watched a little bit of YouTube. I'm surprised that she actually didn't mind watching news, because like I follow a lot of random, really, really random, like independent news sources, and they all have different leanings. And like politics is normally not her thing, so I was surprised that she actually wanted to watch it with me. So yeah, I finished and passed the page out to Monica at 9:46, and then we went to bed at 9:50. I woke up at 5, went back to work on the chapter 66 script. The water bill came in. It turns out the reason why we didn't get charged this month is because they had an error, so we're getting charged double next month. Came out at $24, and they're charging me on the 1st. I'm like, shit, I better have that much money in there. So yeah, kicked Monica out of bed at 6, stopped to eat breakfast, and Monica ended up watching more politics with me. Split up at 7. I wrote up until Byron intercepted Clotilda, but it did not feel right. So I'm thinking about changing the order in which everything is happening and trying again. Because like I had Clotilda and Fauna arguing over the microphone, and I don't feel like that's the best approach for it. I kind of feel like they actually should talk face to face. But yeah. I got off at 8:15, updated my journals and planners, and then Monica got off shortly after, and we decided to hit the plaza. She wanted to get a pizza. Specifically, we wanted to get tacos, but like tacos are so much more expensive than a pizza. So like we decided to get a pizza. I decided to bring all the remaining change from the laundry and the stash. It came out to $3.51, and while we were there, I ended up getting the ink. I wish I hadn't, because it almost came out to $50. And I haven't paid that much for ink in a long time. I'm used to paying like $40-something at Walmart. I could have saved so much more money. If I had taken all the change for myself, I could have put it towards it, but she used change for the food. We were working on 2 different automated checkouts. So yeah, I'm so mad at how much I paid for the ink. I'm not even gonna need it for a while. I haven't checked to see how high it is at the moment. So yeah. Got home at like 10:11. I resumed coloring pages 7, 8, and 9, but I only completed 7 and 8. I took a break at 12:41. Monica wanted to go check Walgreens to see if they finished filling out her prescription. She texted them, and they told her that it was still pending. So that's where that is. Ugh. And now I'm recording audio. This is the last audio file for this week. So I can unload a phone and edit it. I'm hoping to complete chapter 66 tomorrow when I have free time, but I still need to think over that part where I got stuck and that I want to rewrite. So I need to do that first. Also, I still haven't finished drafting pages 10, 11, and 12, and they're due tomorrow. So, I have to start working on them tonight. So I need to do that. I'm glad I only have 1 page left to do, and it's only like 1 o'clock, so I think I'll probably have enough time to catch up on either the drafts or the script. Most likely I'll focus on the drafts, because I really want those out of the way. And then I need to start drafting through the following chapter, which I'm very nervous about because there's a lot of combat in there. So I need to like harvest some poses again. And I'm not sure if I have any left over because like there's so many poses that I've used over the while. I don't know if there's anything else like I have left for Simon. I know he has a folder specifically for poses for him, but they're not combat poses, which is why I'm nervous. They're mostly just like expressive poses and all that stuff. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. And I think it's Monday is when City Girl comes out with a new album, and then I have that interview I have to do. I'm trying not to be nervous about it, but yeah, it's my first time doing a renewal interview over the smartphone, and I'm used to using my stupid little basic phone, which is so easy to just plug in a pair of headphones into it, and it's just I really don't want to worry about not being able to hear what the person is saying because the phone is inadequate. I don't know. We'll have to find out how that's going to go. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.